Hey guys, this is November the 17th, 2023. I want to tell you guys something that happened yesterday. I think I might have mentioned my neighbor who was asking me questions about the directed energy weapons, who asked me, about talking to me about what to do about them. Well, yesterday when I was walking to the mailbox, this neighbor was out walking his dog. Now, he lives a couple of houses, down the street. And this guy, I have talked to him and his wife, a couple of years ago about what was going on, with the directed energy weapons and with the government and all. And they were pretty much like everybody else. They just kind of shrugged it off. They didn't believe it was happening. So up until this point, they've pretty much been avoiding me. But I saw him, like I said, I went to my mailbox and I saw him and I asked him, I said, how are you doing? How are you doing today? And he stopped and he said, well, we're not really doing all that good. I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Now, I had heard a couple of years ago, I knew he had a stroke, but he looked like he was making a full recovery from that because he looked good. But then he said that last year his wife started having seizures. She would just wake up and start having, in the middle of the night, having seizures. And he said this started last year. And then he said, now, I know what you say I know you say that the directed energy weapons are causing this. I said, yes, that's right. They're causing everything, not just a sickness. They're causing everything, all the destruction. He said, well, and you said in your last video that you made about attack on America, you said that the only way to stop these attacks is to turn off your electrical power. I said, that's right. That's right. He says, so he said, but how can we do that? We can't do that. We have to have our electrical power and and everything, all of our plant. We have to have this stuff to live. I said, exactly. That's exactly right. That's the whole problem, okay? The government knows this. They know that people are not going to turn off their electrical power because they can't live without it, okay? That's why I said they got us right where they want us. But he was wanting to know what I did, and I told him some of what I was doing. I didn't go into detail. I said, well, there is a way, okay? You can reduce your electrical power. You can reduce it to a level to where you can deal with it. In other words, if you start turning off the breakers and just leave a couple of them on, you can reduce the level of attacks against you, but you're not going to stop them completely unless you just turn off the main breaker. Just turn everything off. And then you're going to have to get rid of any alternate power source you have in your house, like anything that's battery operated or anything that's wireless. You have to get rid of all of that because they can hit the smallest little battery and use that energy from that battery to attack you. But anyway, he just came and sit down on my porch and we talked for a while, and I was trying to explain to him what I was doing. But that's it in a nutshell. You want to stop the attacks completely, you turn off your main breaker outside and you eliminate everything in your house that's alternate power source. If you can't do that, you can at least reduce your power source. In other words, you can turn off the breakers in the rooms you don't use, okay? And you can reduce it down to maybe one or two, just have one or two breakers on in the rooms that you stay in the most, and then you can run extension cords for the rest. That's what I've been doing, okay? But then later on he asked me, he said, and you talk about this new age, this new golden age that humanity is moving into. And I'm like, yeah. And he says, and you talk about the fifth dimension. You talk about the new age this new age of Aquarius, where everybody's going to live in love and peace and harmony and joy. And he says, and you talk about how the portal's already open, but you don't say anything about where this portal is. I mean, where is this portal? Is it like hidden inside of a mountainside somewhere? Or is it underground? Where is this portal? Where is this portal into the fifth dimension? And I went, I said, I talk about it all the time. I talk about this portal in almost every video I make. I talk about it. I point you to it in probably not every video, but in almost every video I make. I refer to this portal into the fifth dimension. And he's like, and then I started getting emotional, because y'all know me, that's what I do. I weep. But anyway, I put my hand on his heart. And I said, you think this is just a heartbeat that pumps blood into your physical body? Is that what you think? It's not just a heart. It's not just a heartbeat that pumps blood to your body. No, this is your portal. This is your portal into eternal life. This is it. It's not out there. It's not out there in the world, folks. You can find temporary help out here in the world. It's temporary. It's not permanent. It's here today and gone tomorrow. Okay. The portal into the fifth dimension is not out here in the world. It's within you. Okay. So many people, they don't know this. They don't get this. In the Bible, it's in Luke chapter 17. It talks about the kingdom of heaven, or the kingdom of God is within you. Okay? How in the world did we miss this all of our life? And why don't the pastors preach this? I have never heard a pastor preach this. Never. You may have, but I've never. They do not tell you how to find God within you. They do not talk about the portal into the kingdom of heaven. But I think I kind of blew his mind, because he doesn't claim to be a religious person. And I don't know how spiritually awakened he is. He might be now. He might be spiritually awakened now that he knows. But the point is, this portal, folks, it's not something that you're going to get from your government. This help, or this new life in the new earth, the new dimension. You're not going to get this from your government. You're not going to get it from your family. You're not going to get it from your pastor. You're not going to get it from your friends. You're not going to get it from your teacher. You're not going to get it from You're not going to get it from anywhere except within yourself, okay? Everything you need is right here within you. And I told him, I said, you're standing at the door and you're knocking, and the door is standing wide open. You're standing at the fountain that's overflowing, and you're asking for more. We got to get back to our roots, folks. We got to get back to the basics. Now, I've talked about this before, but I brought this up and I mentioned it to him. I said, the life that we have been living, the life that we have always known here in the third dimension, is collapsing. It's being destroyed. Okay. People see this. People see it happening. Everything material is being destroyed. Everything our physical bodies are getting sick. I mean, everything's being destroyed. Okay. You got to leave this behind. You can't take this with you. And I told him, I said, you can spend all your time and all your money and energy trying to fix things that break and keep everything up that's being destroyed, and you're going to be totally exhausted. You're going to wear yourself out because there's not going to be any end to it. He said, are you saying that everybody's going to? Yes. Eventually, yes. There are a lot of people right now who are not spiritually awakened, who are not awakened, and they're not experiencing this on a massive level. I mean, everybody's experiencing the attacks. I mean, everybody's experiencing the attacks because everybody's being stricken down with all these weird sicknesses. Everybody's having their appliances break and their water lines break and things breaking and their vehicles tearing up. Everybody's being attacked, but they don't know it. See, they're not aware that they're under attack. They don't know an attack when they see one. But as things continue to ramp up and the attacks continue to increase, people are eventually going to wake up and say, hey, there's something else going on here. Okay. This is not normal. But anyway, I think he gets it. I think he may not understand everything that's going on, but I think he gets it. I think he knows that, yes, we are moving into the fifth dimension, and the third dimension is collapsing. It's being destroyed. It doesn't matter, folks. If you're trying to do anything in the third dimension, it's not going to stay. It's not going to be permanent because there's no energy here to support it anymore. Their 3D energy's gone. That's why everything's collapsing. The 5D energy's here, and you've got to move into it. And the portal is here in your heart center. If you've never meditated in your life and you don't know how to meditate, it's time to learn. You move into your heart center. You stay there. You put your attention there. You listen and you feel. You feel more than anything else. You want to feel the energy moving within you. The times we're living in right now with the increase of the cosmic energy on the planet, it's a whole lot easier now to meditate and wake up than it was 20 years ago. It's a whole lot easier because the energy is here. The 5D energy is here. It's here, and it's put here to help you, okay? Help you do this. It's easier now than it's ever been. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. For those of you who don't know where the 5D portal is, you know now. It's within you. I love you guys.